I know I'm a wrestling fan, but I hope y'all can see me and I'm not John Cena right now. Somebody. Anybody. Charles, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you see me. Woohoo! Charles sees me. What's going on? Somebody. Yes! Oh man, let there be light. I feel mad hype right now. Let me just fix one last thing because layout. Okay. I guess it'll fix on its own. Whew. Like I said, it's your homegirl, Ivy, Katie, whatever you want to call me. Just talk to me nice. This is welcome to the Rawrrzone. It is Friday night. If you're fucking with us being here on a Friday night, please drop it on YouTube. Shout out to the West Coast. We got Dosha Delight in the building. We got T Roy. Hold on. I pressed it at the same time. I mean, listen, man, we got to make it big so I could get a new computer, but we're gonna make do with it. So shout out to Dosha, shout out to T Roy, shout out to Eddie Crow. Um, if you heard the mix, you heard all of their dope music. Shout out to the DPE Takeover family. Um, we got she's like crew, but catch us Wednesdays 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Puso 82.3 FM, and of course 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday nights on the Evening Rush Radio Network. If you want to tune in to more of their music, you could actually tune in to the Evening Rush Network. We have the DPE family on rotation, but they are part of the mix that we had with the episode with Note. So you could definitely hear ah, that dope music and more. The Evening Rush Network Radio.com. Whew. We are powered by Cap House Media. Shout out to them. If you like Discord, you like gaming, you like music, you like content, click the link in our bio and get connected to it. Bunch of dope people. We are all the way in the East Coast, West Coast, 150 countries, different continents, and more. Shout out to all of our media partners. Whew. One announcement before, excuse me, we get to our guests. You already know it is give back season. Our 2025 Give Back for Sean concert in Toy Drive is happening on December 13th at Sanger Hall in Woodside, Queens. And yes, they got me to get up out of my seat, away from the camera, and actually host the event. So I will be hosting. We got an incredible lineup with Sherry Yale, Teddy Grahams, Dizzy Spades, Josh Banton, JQ, Danny Love Things, who will be on Welcome to the Rawrrzone on Monday. And of course, my partner in this game, the Titan of Rap himself, my awesome EDM DJ the other day is going to be on the ones and twos. We got Ian Visuals as well as ROS from our team uh, behind with the visuals. The give back is not just honoring the legacy of Sean Seguid, who advocated and helped make people aware of sarcoma disease. It's also shining in a light on the disease itself. Sarcoma is one of the rarest cancers in the world, making up less than 1% of adult cancers. It's also known as the forgotten cancer. It receives far less attention and funding than most other cancer types, yet it sorry, I had to uncover my face for a second. Yet it affects both children and adults. And here's the shit about it. This is what hits home. Early symptoms are usually mistaken as sports injuries or routine aches, which means many cases aren't diagnosed and caught until the later stages. This is why we say awareness matters. This is why we show up. It's why we're raising funds for the Sarcoma Foundation of America to support research, treatment, and hope for families fighting this battle. And we're also bringing some holiday joy to the children of the Mount Sinai Kravis Children's Hospital. We're inviting people to drop off at our Sanger Hall location, or if you want to come to the studio to drop off toys, you're more than welcome to. We also have our Amazon link. We're inviting people to sponsor, to help share our lives and all of our links to help raise awareness and to raise funds for more sarcoma research. Our friend Kelly, who we met at the Race to Cure Sarcoma, passed away a couple of months ago from the disease, and it just makes us even more motivated to keep doing what we're doing. So please, if you want to get involved, let us know. But I'm here now. It is the time for our main event, right? So, as usual in Rawrrzone culture, we're always here to have a conversation where creativity and culture meet. Today, we have a special guest whose journey is nothing short of cinematic. Ha, get the pun, guys? Born in Los Angeles, he began writing films at just 14 years old and started directing by 18. Since then, he's produced over 20 films and TV shows, worked with major talents such as Nicole Richie and Maia Campbell. He proudly stands as one of the youngest directors and producers in the movie industry. He is also the visionary, a storyteller, and the force behind C2TV, C2 Entertainment, and the C2TV Awards, a platform pushing the future of entertainment. I would like to welcome you, our guest, Mr. Charles in Charge himself, Charles Clemons.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much for being patient and going through our little mix. You know, we got the whole team gangs right here going crazy for you.
Yes, what's up, y'all? Shout out to the team, shout out to everyone, the DPE family. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say I enjoyed all the ads you had up. Like I was in here grooving to the
I
music.
saw. I was like, okay, at least he likes the music.
Yes, yes. And Troy, if you're listening, I like that Charlie Brown. You got to perform that. I need you to perform that at the award show.
So I told him, and it's so funny. um, I had gotten an opportunity to go shoot the Jada Kiss concert in Orlando 2 years ago. 2 years, 2 years last week actually, and I told him, "You want in on this?" He said, "Yeah, what do I gotta do?" I'm like, "I'm not giving you any information unless you agree to put Charlie Brown in your set."
There it is. Look.
It was it was not even a negotiation. I said I will not put you involved in this. You will not know who it is until you agree to do this. And then I don't care what you put after that.
Yes. Yeah, that Charlie Brown. I like that. That Charlie Brown go.
It was very surprising because he did a media day for me, and we're here just playing the music while we're doing their shoot. I mean, because they decided to light me up prior to the shoot. I'm in my groove at this point. So someone screenshot that too, by the way. So he he puts the song on, and I hear the piano part bugged out
Yeah.
like a baby. Like that was like
Yeah.
I was an old school kid. Charlie Brown, Heathcliff, Garfield, all of the old
Yep.
cartoons.
Yep. That's me right there too.
I was like, when is this shit going on platforms? That like right away.
Right.
And I still wish he had a video for this.
That part. Shout out to Troy for that. Shout out to Troy, man. And shout out to you, Ivy. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Sorry, like for being all over the place. I work in a community center, so we had our Thanksgiving event the last 24 hours. So we went from like having a community dinner to then giving out turkeys today.
Oh, nice.
So it was the longest day ever.
As long as they I already know.
You
I
know.
already know.
So we always start Rawrrzone off on a very chill vibe, right? So because like I said, I work in a community center. The end of the week, we're like, okay, how are you feeling? For tell the world who you are. You know, I already introduced you, but you have your own way of introducing yourself. Then and how you feeling and what the vibe for the weekend is.
Oh, Well, my name is Charles Clemons. I need to fix this camera. Hold on. Charles Clemons. Um, I've been directing for over 22 years. Over 300 videos. I've directed The Game, Amorion, Nick Cannon, just a lot of celebrities. Anthony Anderson. The list goes on. And I'm currently working on my 11th annual C2TV Awards. And I'm going to tell you first, this award show, it's when I first started it, I didn't think it was going to be where it's at right now. And I was doing a lot of projects with my company, over like 20 to 30 projects a year. And this was like 2009, 2010. And I say, I'm doing all these projects and all these people are doing these things, but there's no accolades to give to them for all the work. We just keep working. And I say, I want to do something that gives back. And it started off with an all-white party that was in the backyard, and I had sold out. It was a Christmas theme. Didn't think I was going to do it the next year. It was a success. People wanted it back the next year, so I did it. And I kept going. And now we're on the 11th year. The goal for it is to get bigger and bigger, to do something that is for our culture, for LA, not just for LA, but making it more national, and an opportunity for people that might not get recognized, a platform for them to get recognized. And, we mix the mainstream with the indies, and I'm excited. I love it. And the vibe this weekend is going to be great. I know they said it was going to rain today, but it didn't. But we're gonna keep that energy going, because sometimes the rain is good. Even when it's there's no sunshine, the vibes are still great. So I'm gonna say this weekend is gonna be amazing, and the C2 Awards, it's gonna be amazing. I'm excited. The biggest one yet.
See, I feel like we all say that every year about our events. Like, it's going to be the biggest one yet because we're going to always want to top the year before.
Yep, that's it. But I think with this is like, I can feel it. I think, too, I've been working on this award show for a little bit less than a year. And it's the longest pre-production I've done for any of my award shows. And every year is a success. So I'm being very optimistic, and I think too, with prepping, you always got to plan for the worst in every situation. You always got to say, okay, what if this happens? What if this boom, 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 boom? Okay. So you got the technical, and then you got all the people that you deal with, and the people that are excited, the people that get mad, the people that get jealous, the people feel like they deserve more than what they are given. And I think that's where the stress comes, and making sure that you can get the right people on those days that you want them for the award show. So it's a lot of work.
So speaking of handling it, because you guys had, so that weekend of the award ceremony was very interested in all aspects, right? Because I remember I was getting ready to actually go over there to get to the award ceremony, and then I ended up being in the hospital, but I was also the same time as the LA fires.
Gotcha.
How were you able to actually, because you still had the award ceremony last year?
Yeah, I did. It was funny because Last year we did it in January. It was the first time that I did it in January. I always do it in December. One of the reasons was my health. It was a year that I was going to cancel because I was dealing with. They said I had like a mini stroke, and I said, you know what, I gotta just take the rest of the year off. And I said, you know what, I can't cancel the award show though. I can't. I can't. I said, you know what I'll do instead of doing it in December, I'll do it in January just to give me some more time to heal. And so I did it. We represented people from the wildfires at the award show. So that was a blessing. And then we actually did an interview speaking on, the wildfires. So I kind of think the timing was perfect for when it happened.
I just thought it was like, how were you able to, still be able to put on a production, but at the same time, it's very hard to keep everyone safe at the same time. How, the conditions there, weren't they having you guys evacuate?
Well, no, it had its moments, but there was a part. The only moment we had was it started raining heavy, and in the middle, like towards the end of the award show, it started raining, and part of it was covered, and part of it wasn't. So it had like an open area, and once it started raining, people just start ditching out. But other than that, it was pretty safe. We had some good conditions.
How has LA been, especially the industry, coming out after the fires?
Uh
I, I I'm on the East Coast. I don't know much.
from what I hear, people are still affected. There's a lot of families and people still looking to rebuild and reconstruct, still trying to figure out their lives. And I think to this time that they had since the wildfires happened, it's still not enough time. So I still think people are recovering. Um, yeah, and still trying to just get back on top how it used to be. You know.
Okay. So you started at 14, and where did this passion start for you? Where did you say, hey, you watch what you saw Goodfella, then you said, I want to write a movie.
It started in elementary. I went to La Tierra. There was a producer and a director. It was like a work. I forget the name of it. It was like a work day or something where different companies would come and job. It was like career day. So this producer and director came in and they was talking about this movie that they was working on, and they needed extras. And the movie was called The Wood. And I don't think anybody knew the success of that movie when at that moment, but I was excited. I think 16 students raised their hand, but they only selected four, and I was one of the four. And I was excited. I said, "Mom, I was selected to be in a movie," and she was excited. And I didn't think that was my passion. For me, before I did that, I always wanted to like save people. So I always wanted to like be like a policeman or like a firefighter. I just wanted to save people. And when I did The Wood, I was on set. I think the first day, saw the camera cranes, the catering, all the people. It was fun. It was just I say, you know what? I remember that moment when I looked up and I said, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And that passion haven't left. That passion of being on sets and I man, I love everything about it, you know. Um from there I just started doing more extra work. I did Seventh Heaven. I started
What?
doing the Hughleys,
Really?
just to yep. I was a regular on Seventh Heaven. What was so funny was that I was doing I would like network with the crew when I was doing extra work. And while I was it didn't happen when I was in college. I started doing Seventh Heaven in college, but I would network with some of the crew and have them work on my college shorts. And I
No
would,
way.
yeah. So I had like the steady cam operators and the first ADs on my short college films.
So you cheated on your homework.
Yes. And I
Kids,
was,
don't try this at home.
yeah, I went to West LA College. Um, I was one of the top filmmakers there just because of my ambition of always filming stuff there. So people knew I was the film guy at West LA. And and then after college, that's when I really just started going in, just studying. From there, I did Wild 'N Out with Nick Cannon the first season, and Shia LaBeouf. He was on that episode. Um, just been grinding ever since. Grinding. So no 9 to 5. This is all I do. So yeah.
You, what's going through your mind through all of that? Like you're one of the youngest people, like directors, to go through all of this and have the resume that you have. You know,
Sometimes it's that pressure to always be great is a lot. To always be good, to always. I was telling a friend the other day, it's like you have these visions in your head and you want to get them out there. You want people to see, and those things cost. And you always want to get people that believe in your vision as much as you do. And then when you do the vision, it's all about getting that reaction. What's the market? How are people going to take what I just did? Are they going to like it? And I think always having that pressure of saying, man, I did something, but I don't know how people are going to react. And here's my thing. I think for me, it's like, I never cared. I never cared. I always shot stuff and just threw it out and let the people decide. I never really questioned the stuff that I shot or edited and put out. I just did it and put it out there and let the world, gain their perspective of me. And so far, it's been good. It's been good.
what were some filmmakers or like people that stood out to you as you were coming up in the industry?
Hype Williams with the music videos, definitely hype. Um, Ray K, he was another director back in the day. Billy Woodruff, another one. He um, he did Drumline. I was on his sets for a minute back in the day. Just learning, picking up stuff. Um, who else? Steven Spielberg. If we want to go a different direction, Ron Howard. Um, the list, man, it's a lot. There's a lot. I would say those top right there because I always wanted to learn from the best. Um, and if it wasn't the best, I didn't really want. I didn't care too much. And I think Hype and Spielberg, their filmmaking styles kind of when I saw it, I was like, okay, that's my vision. That's kind of how I want to direct, like how they're doing their stuff. Um, but yeah, I would say those directors were my top.
What was the first major film that you feel put you on the map as a filmmaker and director?
Run This Town. I did a series called Run This Town. It was in back in 2010. It was something I was trying to get pitched to a network, but it wound up being a series, and it kind of went viral. It wasn't even on the streaming platforms. Now I did a movie of it. It's on the streaming platform. It's on Tubi, and but back then in 2010 when I did it, a lot of people were attached to it. A lot of actors, they kept telling me, "Hey, man, you got to do another one. You got to do more, more." I wound up winning 4 awards for it at the LA Web Fest: Best Director, Best Movie, Best Music, and Best Producer. So that was kind of cool. That was a shocker. I was like, yes, yes.
Everyone needs to start taking notes on this right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You gotta love what you do. You gotta love it. You gotta love what you do. You gotta love it. You know, gotta love it. So I'm excited.
How did being from LA actually, like, did it give you more of the leg up as opposed to being like from the West Coast? I mean, from the East Coast?
I think most definitely. I've always been a LA baby. I've done a few projects on the East Coast, but my home is LA. I've shot so many people and networked and met so many people in LA that this is definitely a place I call home, and it definitely influenced my work. Definitely influenced my work. I don't know how much work I would get, on the East Coast if it wasn't my own, but I know I would, but it probably wouldn't be as high as the percentage here. So I think it's a big influence.
Which I'm assuming you've also worked on the East Coast as well.
Yeah.
Which, because obviously both coasts have different views of the entertainment industry. Which is more cutthroat, LA or New York?
LA.
Why? I'm not. Remember, I'm from this side, so I only know the this side's perspective.
I would say LA because there's a lot more competition out here. You got a lot more people that's willing to excuse my French, stab you in the back to get where they got to be. And I've seen it all. I've seen the best of the best, the worst of the worst, jealousy, betrayal. I've seen things where I brought people up, and when they got up, they didn't bring me back up with them. And you know, compared to the East Coast, I worked a few jobs out there, but it wasn't as intense as working, the stuff in LA because everybody, is in line for the next job. Everybody wants what you have, and they're in the line. So if you're not there, you can't. If you're not available, you know, please believe, someone gonna be there to take your spot. So
Yeah, yeah. It's more of that. We really just don't give a fuck.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
they, it's like that. It's the hustler mentality. It's like, okay, if this person is not gonna work, the next person will.
Yeah.
Everyone needs the dollar nowadays.
Yep.
But
Yep.
from working in film, working TV, working web series, and doing music videos, what are you more partial to? Because there's got to be something that really just like holds. your heart?
I'm gonna say this: if I didn't tell you music videos, I'll be lying.
Yeah, because you have a lot of them. I was on your YouTube.
Yeah, I have over 330 some videos I've directed, and
So out of these 503 videos. So by the way, subscribe to the YouTube like we did.
yes, thank you, subscribe, subscribe. But music videos have always had a heart for me. I didn't think I was gonna do videos. Like I said, when I after the Wood, I wanted to really do acting. Acting was the first. I got my headshots. My cousin had took me to Hollywood to get headshots. I wanted to be an actor. It was never to film. And I said, these visions I had, I said, you know what? The only person that's going to be able to get these visions on the screen is me. And I got to figure it out. And I think the first video I did was Lord G from Militia. They had this song called "Burn Until the Sun Burns Your Eyes." Keep rolling till we sat on the west side. Miss Toy was a part of that. So I started working with them first, the Militia group with Lord G. Then, they started putting referrals out there for me. So I did another video for Miss Toy. I was doing her videos. Then I started jumping. I did Glasses Malone. And then I did, I was known in LA as the video guy, and people were loving the videos I was doing. And I was like, okay, like all I'm doing is mimicking, I got my, I didn't know I had a niche. All I know I was, studying Hype and Benny Boom and these other video directors because I was actually getting more work than the movie stuff and the acting. I was getting more people hitting me up to direct videos. And, it just start becoming my thing. I did the Don't Drop That Dun Dun Dun.
Oh wow!
From Fanatics, I directed that. So yeah, I was. Who else? The Rejects. I directed one of their videos. And I was directing big with those at the time. The Cat Daddy, those movements. The Jerkers, the Rejects. I was doing all of their stuff. Then it started changing. I was doing like R&B, Marsha and Brosha, Kim producing his stuff, Kenny Lattimore, and it just kept going. Just kept going nonstop. So, I've been blessed, and I think for me, it's like I still am at a place where there's still somewhere I need to be that I'm not there yet. And I can't stop until I get there. And that's at the Oscars.
Okay.
Yeah, at the Oscars. And because filmmaking, that's the real passion. I think videos became the niche, but filmmaking is the passion.
So speaking about that, right? Because I got a bone to pick with you, right?
Yeah.
Why does everyone get a superpower, but I gotta be sitting here just making the graphic art? Like I don't get no superpower.
What do you mean?
Like they all like T-Roy gets to be in the movie and have a superpower, and then Dosha gets to like eat ice like in the song. Like, what's my superpower? Just being the graphic designer to the cover? Like, what?
What you want to do? Look, I'll definitely put you in the movie.
I don't know, but I was just like, everyone got a superpower, and I'm just here. Like, hey,
what would be your superpower?
I'm gonna let them. I know they're all thinking about it now, so I'm gonna just let them answer it. I know Dosha's gonna be the first one to answer, so I'm not gonna even bother answering it.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, according to T-Roy, he getting shot in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, he get taken out in the movie, but he come back. That's what we don't tell. He come back stronger.
Shut up, Crow. You got a fucking power too.
Everybody got powers. Look.
That's like I'm sitting here like chop liver. This motherfucker said I'm April O'Neil.
April O'Neil. The reporter.
Of course, because I got the glasses. Because I'm the white girl, right?
Right.
Okay. Wait till I come to Cali, T.
Right.
Um.
That's funny.
But yeah, you guys took so the soundtrack dropped without my meditation powers. The teaser dropped. Right.
Yeah.
When is the movie coming out?
Good question. Great question.
Thank you. At least y'all updated me to Lois Lane.
Summer Boys, I'm gonna be real with you. When I shot the trailer, it was a teaser, of course, it was a tester. I said, you know what? I think for me, after doing Run This Town, I was like, okay, it's my movie niche action films because I like doing action and drama. So I said, you know what? Let me come up with this project about Summer Boys, about these people with powers, but it deals more on a spiritual base type thing. And it was just a tester. I just wanted to see how it was going to go. I had a good vision, of course, to put it out on like streaming platforms, stuff like that. But to answer your question, we're going to go full gear next year. If I had to call it, I would say by April, I would want to start shooting the movie and get it ready. But I will want a decent budget. I will want a real decent budget, maybe like $1 million
So yeah,
shoot.
go into the process because everyone thinks it's just about shooting the movie.
Yeah.
But little do they know there's a whole process behind it. Can you get into like that without giving anything away?
Oh yeah. Well, the process basically, if you had to start from scratch, filmmaking, first it comes with an idea, and then the next step is bringing in a writer, to write the project, making sure you have it copywritten, getting those things out the way to protect the movie before it gets into pre-production, all the copyright stuff, and then you want to bring on a producer. If you're not a producer, bring on a producer, and the producer's job is to now bring in the crew that it's going to take to make the movie happen. And from there, there's different producers depending on who brings in what type of money or what they bring to the table as far as the overall production. Because I know some producers that didn't put in money, but they are making sure that after the movie's done, they make sure it gets to all the festivals. They make sure that they send it out to the distributions for movies. Like they're still working, even after I directed the movie and it's edited, like there's still producers out there trying to get it out to different places. The New York, what do you call that in New York when you see it on the screen? The big thing.
The marquee?
Yeah, that marquee. But it's Times Square.
Yeah, the marquee.
Yeah. So, the producers, they're still working. And then within that, you got the crew, hair, makeup, art director that, is in charge of the the basic look of the movie, and then set designer, how the sets are gonna look, So it's just everybody has a job, a position,
And a superpower, apparently.
and a superpower. And a superpower.
Because apparently I'm fucking Velma to T-Roy, and she gets to have a cool ass name.
Right. Sabrina Foss. That's funny.
Oh man.
We got the soundtrack for the movie popping. I'm over here reading the chats.
Hell yeah.
I like this. What you do? I like this StreamYard. This is my first time doing it.
Listen. It was funny because I used to be at a couple of radio stations, and then the pandemic hit, and we found StreamYard by accident. So we were just we were just on this thing, like fighting around, playing bullshit ass game, Jeopardy, talking smack, and then other people were like, "Hey, well, what if you podcast?" And then we ended up like really using using it for Rawrrzone, and then like we used it for the radio station, and then they started like really upping these features so you could be able to use it. Like I have a really crappy computer right now, so my processor is not the best right now. So, but since it's web based, all I got to do after is just download everything. But it's pretty much like OBS and these like broadcasting software, but like on the internet.
Gotcha.
Which is dope.
Yeah.
And I could interview anyone from anywhere around the world.
That's what's up.
Without having to have them in my apartment, like in my studio.
Yeah. Nice.
And everyone's showing off their powers right now.
I can see that. Yeah.
Are you saying Mary Jane the flower?
Uh-oh.
Or Mary Jane from Spider-Man? Or
Mary Jane. I think it's Mary Jane the flower. I think
that's the way the good flower. That's a good flower to do. Like if I did it like if it grew,
right,
and like maybe into like actual blunts.
That's the
so
part.
It goes through the process, like. Right. But oh no, he said Spider-Man Mary Jane.
Oh, gotcha. That's a big difference.
It is
a way big difference in the Mary Jane.
I love how everyone thought though the flower.
That part. The flower's better.
I mean, it is. Oh man, this should have been a Smoke Champs episode, but we got to be a little professional up in here.
Yeah.
So
you'll be the highest person ever.
Which is fucking lies because it's gonna be T-Roy and Top Cat, but I personally like the flower myself. See, we all partake with the flowers.
Do you know that they're about to rock out at the award show?
Of course I do, but it was either
concert. It's about to be a concert.
If it was planned out better on our side, not you, our side, we're not gonna. Since people want to call me Velma, I'm not gonna embarrass them right now. But if I knew it was gonna be that and then the other stuff T-Roy got going on, my 5 days can't split up into those 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It was really bad. It was trying to figure it all out. I'm like, all right, I'll see you guys in March.
Yeah.
It sucks because I wanted to go last year.
Gotcha.
Like he had me ready. And this was before this bullshit with the real ID. So I was able to fly freely. I really still don't. I'm sorry. I will never fucking understand what the fuck the little sticker or whatever they're putting on this new ID because I have to go after Thanksgiving to get this done.
Right.
No jinkies, Dosha. But
Twinkies.
I really don't get what the difference. Why is it needed?
Yeah,
What
that's
we
crazy.
like? What is the point of it? And then you're saying I can't fly.
Right.
It's wild. It's for another fucking little ID.
Yes, that's crazy. The funny part is I'm in the same boat with you because I have an old. I guess my ID is old. I mean, it's not old like expired, but it's the old version. And so now they said I got to update it with the new version of the IDs, and that's required for that's the new standard. So yeah, I'm on the same boat with you.
Like if it's a whole stylistic thing, like that's bullshit.
Right.
Like y'all just spending taxpayer money in every fucking state, every state to do this is bullshit. And then we
Mhm.
complain, like, how about you run me all of that taxpayer money into a new type of stimmy? Give me that.
Right.
Let me leave my idea alone.
That part.
Like it's I'm not even gonna get started on that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
Because keyword dead still yelling at me about that I have to wait another week to go get my ID.
Look.
In,
T. Roy.
in my defense, the plan didn't plan the way it planned anyway, so it worked out for everyone.
Yeah.
But one thing that is going on schedule is the C2TV awards.
Yes.
And what I find interesting, not only have the C2TV awards for adults, you also have for the youth.
Yes. Yes. For the first time, I'm doing a back-to-back award show. Whew, talk about just doing one award show. Now you're doing two award shows back to back. Different crowd, different talent. Um, but it's all the giving back. It's all about giving back, and I think that at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it takes all of this to do it, but that day when it comes and you're seeing all those smiles and you're seeing the music and people laughing and getting their awards and knowing that after that you have just inspired a new generation of people for the year of 2026. So they ready to go out there and get some more awards and keep racking them up. And with awards comes excellence. You got to be great to get the awards. So um, it's all about inspiring, and I think that it makes it all worth it. And yeah, every day it's been 12 hours working. I would say more nonstop, 24 hours a day working on this award show, talking to people, working on sponsors, investors, trying to figure out who are their nominees.
Yeah, that's a great segue. How do you figure out not only for one show but two shows? Like, do you have a committee that actually helps pick the nominees?
Well, I have a couple people that help. Like they give me referrals on people that I should nominate. But a lot of it, and I think what people don't know is I'm a big studier in the field. So I sit back and I just watch. I'm on people's. It's not like a stalker, but I watch what's going on. I watch
Really
who's hot, who's new. Yeah, I'm a stalker. Who's hot? Who's not? Who's doing something? Who's not doing something? I'm everywhere, and not just in urban media, but country, pop. I'm very wise in the music field, and so I think too it's just seeing when you do award shows, politics is in play. Politics. Some politics are in play. You know, um, but it's all about saying, okay, you have these categories. Who do you feel is the future? Who's been doing something this year? My award shows was always based on, the work that was done within the year. So I don't care if you was doing stuff for 5 years. It was like my standards was like you had to have work for my company doing any project within that year, and I will nominate you for something you've done that complements what you've done. So just within the last 2 years, I started branching out where it's like, okay, it's not just based on people that work with my company. Now I'm going to start looking at, celebrities. Now I'm about to start looking at, because it has to go bigger,
Yeah.
and going back to the same, talent and the same people I've done for years. It gets a little old, so you got to just, sometimes go a little further out. And yeah, so I think that's what makes this one special is people get to see my work. And yeah, they get to see all the work that it took a year to do on January 4th and January 3rd. And I think for me, that's the excitement. That's where I'm like, okay, now you get to see all the balloons I ordered. You get to see the catering I got. You get to see the lighting that I had, all these visions I had for a year.
Look at the graphics.
Yeah, when you walk in that door, you're gonna say, wow. That's before you even hear music or anything. The visuals of the award show this year is going to be different. So it's a lot of changes being made this year from the last award show. So that's also the excitement. So it's showtime.
What?
Yes, votes on sale.
So what do you mean votes are on sale?
Oh, okay. So so what I've done the last 3 years was I've done a voting system where the fans pay for votes. And the winner of, however, the tally up of the votes, that becomes the winner of the award show. It wasn't like that at first. At first I was doing, I think too, the toughest part was like the politics of finding out the winners. It was like, okay, how do you select the winners? Like, how do you vote? Like, so when I first started doing the award show, it was me picking the winners. So people didn't know. I was like, okay, well, I got 5 people.
You blew them out of the hat?
Yeah, but no one knew. So I was like,
so now.
Yeah, I would pick the winners. So then I was like, the next year I say, you know what? That's a little selfish. Like, that's not fair because I just can't. So then I created a system where on Instagram, it was all about having a category, and then people will have to leave the most tag comments of the person's name, and then whoever had the most tags under their category will win. Then I say, you know what? I need to come up with a system that helps. It helps produce the award show, like, because I was running into financial issues with doing the award show, and I said, what's a good way to raise funds, for this show, for the award show? I did this. This was 3 years ago, and I did the dollar vote system because I was seeing it with other stuff. Models were doing it for catalogs. Hey,
yeah, I saw that too, and I never understood it.
Right. So, I started seeing it. So when I did it, I didn't think too much. I was like, people are already doing it. Why not? And when I did it, I'm just gonna say this: 3 years, I'm still doing it. That's how successful it's been. And this year, I was hoping it could be a little bit more successful. It's been a little slower, with the votes, but it's doing pretty good. You
Do you
know?
feel is that, and do you feel like that's on your side? Do you feel like you wish everyone did more promo?
Yeah. You can for me it's like you can never do too much promo. Like I think any promo is great, you know. Yeah, promo. And between me and you know, there's been a few categories in the award show that have raised almost 10 grand just per category. So
Wow,
that's why I keep doing it.
that's crazy. I mean, listen, if it helps with the award ceremony, why not?
Yeah. So, but now this year too is like, okay, now I don't want to seem like, oh, okay, it's just about getting money and boom, boom, boom. So I actually brought a charity. My wife's LDC youth charity is attached to it. So we're actually going to be using funds to help build a youth foundation for kids in arts, you know.
And
Um,
that's why you're doing the youth award ceremony.
yeah. And so they'll be there too. That charity will be there. They're going to talk a little bit about the charity. We're also giving the winners money. So a portion of the vote money that we get, we're going to be giving to the winners of the categories. So they get the trophy and they get money.
That's wonderful. So you're not only giving back to the foundation, you're giving back to the artist.
Yep.
So tell us about some of the nominees.
Well, I'm excited about the nominees. We have this year the Youth Award. I think total about 20 categories, all stretched out. Indie artists. I know I nominated some people like Drewski. He's nominated. Chef Boy nominated him. Got some artists, the best group. DPE Troy. He's nominated. He took home an award last year. Some new indie artists. B Trill. She's nominated. She's a new artist that's coming out. That's dope. The Queens of Compton. They're nominated. They've been doing their thing this year. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some more. We got Walter Jones, who's hosting. I know that's not a nominee, but he's the Black Ranger, so he's hosting the award show. I'm excited about that. And I got my boy Gary G Thing, famous comedian. He's going to be the MC of the night. So he's going to be on the ones and twos doing this little comedy, keeping the crowd entertained. Yeah. So you can go to www.c2tv.org, and it has all the categories and the nominees listed. And I think we still have at least like 5 categories to drop. So I'm not done.
And when is the awards ceremony?
January 4th.
You still didn't drop all the categories? What else is left?
I know.
Come on, tell us. Tell us. You can't do that. Come on.
I still have best actor. I got top ones that haven't even put out yet. But they're all going out within the week. So I'm trying to get them all out by December 1st. So that's the goal. All the categories will be out by December 1st.
So if you guys want to go vote, it's www.c2tv.org. Put your information in, They all going crazy. They want you to acknowledge them.
Yes.
The only person that could call you
Eddie
cheap.
Crow. Shout out to Eddie Crow. Top Cat.
Why does Doja call you cheesy?
Who, me?
Yeah.
She called me cheesy?
She's been calling you cheesy the whole night. Wait,
I haven't even noticed.
Shout out to Charles Cheesy Clemons for the opportunity. No one gets to call him cheesy for cheesy but me.
Gotcha. That's it. Yep. No one calls me cheesy with her. That's it. It's official.
So here's the question I ask everyone, right? Because we're also winding down. We talked about your journey. I
Yeah.
know there's so much more that we could talk about. And when you on the East Coast, or if I'm on the West Coast, we'll definitely chop up with a part two.
Yes.
Just said because I can do that. Um,
Yes.
so before my last question, what is next after the C2TV Awards?
Um, I have a movie that I got to finish up. It's called Big Bag. Um,
You say big
it's
back?
no big. That's funny. Big Bag.
Oh,
That would be funny. No, Big Bag.
oh.
Yeah, Big Bag. Starring my boy Ty Fly. Um, Boo Capone is in it. Funny comedian. He's in it. So we got to finish that up. But honestly, I wanted to take a break. I wanted to take like a vacation. I think I'm gonna do that and then come back and shoot and then do Summer Boys. Back to movies. Back to movies.
Okay. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Yo, why are you like this, T Roy? Big back,
Big
big back.
bag. Shout out. I just want to shout out Troy while I'm on here. I know this is the third shout out for Troy, but
Look at that.
I'm gonna
Someone
shout
let
out
me,
Troy
man.
because Troy has always been supportive of me in my career. Has always looked out for me, and I am honored to have you a part of this award show. And I just want to say thank you. So
Oh, she
the
can wait.
least I can do is have him a part of this event, and I'm honored to have him.
Oh, you don't make me cry. Oh my god.
I hear cognac
Yeah, it's always cognac.
and cufflinks. Oh my, what is about to? It's about to
He
go
he
down.
wants he wants a movie to the album he's putting out.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. Well, we got to shoot cognac and cufflink too. Movie too. Yep.
Yeah, I
Let's do
think he
it.
got the cufflinks wrong.
Yeah, let's do it.
But it's a question I always leave everyone with. When it's all said and done, what is the legacy that you want to leave? Ah, I know.
uh,
They didn't warn you about me. I'm sorry.
uh,
They didn't. They left you to the sharks. It's
yeah.
okay.
I would say the legacy of knowing that I was able to fulfill my dreams, um, and help others fulfill theirs. And
Even though he didn't give us a superpower.
right, that's it. I was kidding. And just to know that I left it all on the table. I left it all out there for the world, and I never held back. Even when the budget wasn't there, I never held back on what I felt like I could put in my movie or a project. Like always went above and beyond, and did my best with everything. So, yeah, my work is an expression of me. It's not who I am, but it's an expression of my talent. And yep, that's it.
Man, that was an awesome rendition of Welcome to the Rawrrzone. Let's give our man, the myth, the legend, in the words of Dosha Delight, cheesy for cheesy, the round of applause. Um, thank you so much for being here and telling me about your journey.
Thank you.
I love living vicariously through everyone. Um, I've gotten to learn so much this year, and it's given
Mhm.
like I love this direction I was able to take with the show because I get to learn more
Mhm.
about what's really. It's not just about the whole shock value portion of, like, we have enough Jason Lee's and Joe Buttons talking all the shit, but actually sitting down and having those one-on-one talks.
Yeah.
Especially toward the end of the year, it's Thanksgiving, so I'm really grateful to have had you here today.
Thank you.
I really wish you the best of luck with the awards ceremony.
Thank you.
If you don't vote for T-Roy and DPE family, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. You guys are what we call a dub. If you don't vote for the C2 awards, you're a dub. If you don't follow Charles, the man in charge, he's gonna drop all of his social medias in a few minutes. You're a dub. And if you don't subscribe to Welcome to the Rawrrzone, you're a dub. But for everyone here, where can they find you?
Instagram, Charles Clemons Official. YouTube, C2 Entertainment 100. Instagram, C2 Entertainment ENT. Facebook, Charles Clemons. And yeah, that's it.
Oh man, guys. So before we end you guys in our normal Rawrrzone way, catch this episode on Puso 82.3 FM for the next 2 Wednesdays. And then because of Thanksgiving break, you will catch this episode of Welcome to the Rawrrzone on December the 5th. So in the meantime, if you want to keep watching the visuals, subscribe to our YouTube. Follow Puso 82.3 FM. Follow the Evening Rush Radio Network. As for myself, you can find me everywhere at IamIvy.xo_. We're going to take a quick picture, you and me. Say 1, 2, 3, cheese. Because we virtual, so we can't do the whole background and everything.
Right.
I leave everyone with this parting words of advice.
I've got one more thing to say, and it'll only take me a second. I've got 2 words that I want you all to remember. They're very important. And if I leave you with anything, I'm going to leave you with these 2 words. And those 2 words are, I'm Batman.